loves, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kelly and I upload every single Thursday and Saturday. And today's video, we're gonna be tackling some real messes just with school being out for the summer and our schedule finally starting to slow down. Like, we still have some basketball tournaments next week, but aside from that, I feel like now is a really great time for us to finally get our life back on track. Like, I know that I still have my spare bedroom that I need to desperately declutter and reorganize if you're following along my spring cleaning series. Also, the kitchen is a disaster. The family room is just a disaster. Like, I'm just looking around and there's a literal layer of dog hair on the floor because it's been so long since I have last vac mopped. So I'm not even gonna think about it. I'm not going to even make a to-do list. I'm just gonna jump right in and just clean the crap out of my home. So I truly hope that today's video gives you tons of motivation. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and let's jump right into today's video. So first, I wanted to start this really messy home reset in my disaster spare bedroom that we would usually use as like a small workout space and like a sleeping area for our two dogs. But lately, with our routines changing and Tyler and I actually being able to go into the gym every single morning together, and also with all of the at-home projects and DIY projects and just all the things that have been changing around the home this year, it just left this room to be a literal dumping ground for the things that we just don't know what to do with and misplaced items. And since today is quite honestly just another cold and rainy summer day here in Ohio, I wanted to get this room completely cleared out, get it decluttered and deep cleaned before our summer really starts and we're actually spending more time outside, enjoying the nicer weather, starting first with taking every single item out of the room. And if you've been following along, I just wrapped up my Spring Clean with Me series where I deep cleaned, decluttered, and organized every space in my home. If you missed it, definitely go check that out. But this room was my number one priority today, not just because it's messy, but because I've realized just how much clutter can affect your mood and your mindset. It's not always about cleaning your home or making it look perfect, like, let's be honest, but it's about clearing mental space too, because it is so important to take care of our mental and emotional well-being, which is why I am so excited to tell you about today's video sponsor, BetterHelp. So regardless of whether you struggle with anxiety, stress, or just going through a really hard time right now, you are not alone. We are all human and have things that we go through. And I just find it so helpful when I'm going through those hard times to speak with a licensed therapist through BetterHelp to just help give me the tools that I need to live a happier, healthier life. So there's a really fast and easy questionnaire that you can fill out, and BetterHelp will match you with one of their 30,000 licensed therapists, and you can have your sessions through video chat or phone call. And one thing that I like about it too is if anything comes up in between sessions, you can type in and chat about what's going on and get any additional support you need as well. And as a busy mom, I really like that I can schedule my appointments whenever and have my appointments in my own home on my phone or my computer without ever actually having to go into a therapist's office. And if you're new to therapy, finding the right therapist can be kind of like dating. Sometimes you have to go through a few before you find the one that's right for you. But with BetterHelp, you can switch therapists at any time. I am one of the 4 million people who are using BetterHelp. And if you like to give BetterHelp a try to see if it helps you, then visit the link down in my description box below or go to betterhelp.com/Kelly Hosbrook. And by clicking on that link, you will not only be supporting this channel, but you will also be receiving 10% off your first month using BetterHelp to see if speaking with a licensed therapist helps you. And now that we have every single item pulled out of the room, my next step is gonna be organizing all of this random stuff, to be quite honest, as close to like piles as I can. So organizing, books and clothes and decor and furniture all in their own separate piles. And by doing that, I'm just setting myself up so that then I can declutter each pile one by one, just to make this feel a little less overwhelming. I also designated a spot where I'm gonna put all of my decluttered and trash items and just moving some of the larger items I already know we wanted to toss in that space. I try to keep this space as organized as possible because, as you can tell, when you pull everything out of the space, it just turns that space into a hot mess. So trying to be as organized as possible is key. Another thing that I like to do too when I declutter is to use 2 different colored trash bags. So I'll use the pink bags for trash, and then the larger black bags is for donations, since I usually end up with more donations than trash. And then starting with decluttering a ton of old clothes and off-season clothes that we store in that room, which when decluttering, or at least when I declutter, I like to start with the easiest pile first, which usually that's the smallest pile, or the pile that you know you can get through quickly. Clearly, this is the largest pile, but I'm not giving this too much thought, any of this stuff. And reason being, these clothes and shoes had been in the room for months. Nothing has been touched. And honestly, if we truly loved that clothing item, I'd say we would have noticed by now. Of course, there were some off-season things that I knew would be worn next year, but everything else is just pointless clutter taking up permanent residence in my home. And one thing that I've learned through the Spring Clean With Me series, and also the Declutter With Me series that I did last year, the less stuff that I have in my home, the better I feel. And just the calmer I feel. It's like I have more control over my life and my space. And that decluttering isn't just about getting rid of things just for the sake of having less. It's about surrounding yourself only with the things that bring you happiness. And obviously, none of this stuff was going to bring me any happiness just by collecting dust in a cluttered room. But anyway, just quickly going through all of these clothes, double checking to see if there's anything that we want to keep, and tossing or donating the rest. And my thought process for decluttering clothing is, if it doesn't make me feel good when I'm wearing it, then I toss it. I also like to check sizes, just because Jaden's growing like crazy at the age of 12, or if it's like overworn or has stains or it's pilling, then I toss it too. I'm also purposefully setting all of the donations and trash right by the stairs, so that when I'm done going through everything, I can take everything straight out to the car, because decluttering really does feel great, but the best feeling is when you see all of that clutter and trash finally leave your house. That's when, for me, it truly feels like that weight has been lifted off of my shoulders. But now that we have all of these bins cleared out, the last thing that I'm doing is just reorganizing some of our camping bags and coloring books that Jane likes to bring with us when we go camping, so that those are ready for our next camping trip. And here is just a quick look at the donation and trash pile that formed within the first 8 minutes of the video. Of course, this was sped up a bit, but it just shows that decluttering doesn't have to be an all-day marathon, as long as you have a plan and stay organized. But now that we have the room cleared out, I was able to see just how dusty and dirty this room is. There was dog hair all over the floor, dust all over the blinds. Everything needed a good freshen up, starting with taking off the dusty curtains and throwing those in the washer so that they will be nice and clean. And there was a thick layer of dust on the blinds, like I said, so using the bristle brush attachment on my vacuum to suck up all of the dust, and then following it up with my lavender scented Mrs. Meyer multi-surface cleaner and a microfiber cloth to wipe it clean.
Let's get some sun, baby, it's time to go. All we need to put on is the radio. I can feel the heat is rising, and that beat is hypnotizing. Oh, no, we run the show. Let's get loud, come on, lose control. Got to live or we get too old. Come on, shine a little tonight.
Next, moving on, now that the window is nice and clean, I wanted to steam clean this rug and also vac mop the floors in here, because they were really gross. So I needed to take everything out of here, starting with the dog's bed, which, by the way, used to be my son's bed until we moved him to like a full-size bed, when he started like having more sleepovers. Just in case you're thinking, we did not buy a twin bed for our dogs. It was really more out of convenience, but it's also really nice, especially since one of our puppies is in his senior years, to be able to sleep on an actual bed every night. But anyway, I needed to get the floors cleaned in here, so I decided to vacuum first since there was just so much dog hair and there was dust and debris all over the ground. And then after I vacuum up the floors, I'm using my steam cleaner to steam clean this rug in here, which just looks terrible just from the puppies and also from me insisting on buying white upholstery. But the steam cleaner did a really good job on making it look brand new. And then finally, after I steam clean the rug, then I'm gonna vac mop the floors, which clearly I'm sure you've also seen too. The floors need to be redone. They aren't like those nice like vinyl or laminate click lock floors that we put downstairs and in our bedroom. They're like the peel and stick vinyl flooring, which by the way does not hold up to dogs. And we do plan on completely redoing this room and make it really look like an at-home gym with new floors and lighting and lots of mirrors and of course some smaller workout equipment for days we can't make it to the gym. We still have so many projects that we want to do in our house, like in our closet, and we need to redo our bathroom and all the projects that we've already done this year in our house, like with our bedroom and then our kitchen. You definitely have to take your time and prioritize those things in like these bigger projects because they definitely take up a lot of time, energy, and money. But now that we've deep cleaned and decluttered the entire house in the Spring Clean With Me series, and then just tackling the last of the clutter in my home today and getting this room cleaned too, I feel a million times better than I did at the start of this year. But also having less stuff makes it so much easier to keep up with everything and just makes me feel like I'm not just tidying or cleaning all the time. Yes, decluttering and organizing can be overwhelming at times. It can also be pretty time consuming, but the amount of time it has given back to me now that it's all done is just priceless. And now I feel like I am more intentional with the things that I buy, like really thinking about the item before I buy it, thinking, is this a need? Do I have a space to put this? Will this be something that I actually value for longer than a month? Just really questioning every purchase I make. I have talked about doing this in a past video, but now the spring cleaning series is finished. I am currently working on a weekly and a monthly cleaning routine and decluttering routine so that I can better just keep up with everything this summer. Hopefully that helps me keep everything clean and tidy, but that's just how my brain works. I am definitely a routine and checklist kind of person. So I hope that you also find weekly and monthly routines helpful too. So I will have that video posted for you soon, so stay tuned. And finally, the disaster room has been tackled. It is cleaned and decluttered. And now it's time to move on to the disaster downstairs because summer hit and it hit hard. Just from Memorial Day to school being freshly out and trying to curb the boredom, I was not ready, guys, as you can tell. But I feel like there's always like this rough adjustment period with the end of school and then the start of summer because routines just change so much that it just makes the house feel so chaotic for the first week or two. And currently we are on day 3. So it's been a rough one. And my cleaning routine and laundry routine is pretty much out the window. Like it's just non-existent. And even though I'm exhausted from decluttering, I'm just determined today to get back on track and getting all the countertops cleared off, all the toys picked up off the ground, the dishes and the laundry caught up on, and just making my home more clean and calm so we can get back on a routine faster. And part of resetting after the end of the school year is getting the book bag emptied out and going through all the end of the year papers, decluttering those, and checking all the zippers and pockets. I did end up holding on to one thing. It was like this big end of the year project that he was working on. But since he's in 6th grade, so like the middle school building, they don't do like the cute projects like they did in elementary, which I miss so much. I saved some of those, but everything now is just homework and graded papers that goes straight to the trash. Otherwise, it will be clutter.
That's how the little things get huge. Just keep on moving through the
But now just tossing out some really old dead flowers. I also had an Amazon package come in, which was right on time, by the way. I got my kiddo one of these last year and he absolutely loved it, but it's a summer bridge activity workbook and it's really great. You just get them the grade they're going into. And so it bridges the gap between the grade they just graduated and the grade they're going into. So I got him 6th to 7th since he just graduated 6th grade and he's going into 7th grade next year, which I'm still trying to grasp how that's even possible, by the way. But it's every day, 15 minutes a day, and it comes with stickers and really just helps keep his brain sharp in the summer and makes that next grade transition so much smoother. So I will definitely have those listed in the description box just in case you are interested. But now that we have all the clutter cleaned off the countertops, next I'm just getting caught up on the dishes, which we didn't really have a ton of dishes in the sink, surprisingly, just a few things. And then my air fryer too was totally gross and I needed to scrub that. But I also wanted to try and get this sink cleaned. And I think it was in my last video I mentioned this, but I'm having white sink problems, guys. Like I've tried everything with this sink, but it's definitely just at the point where bleach won't even work anymore. My Dawn Power Wash, which is what I usually use to scrub out the sink, that doesn't work anymore. Someone said to try the Magic Eraser, which is what I'm using right now, and it did help a ton, but I'm thinking maybe it's just too old and time to get a new one because there's just so many scuff marks on the bottom of it. But also there's rust forming around the stainless steel drains. The rubber inside one of the drains is stained with white paint from a prior DIY project, and I'm thinking it's just time for something new. It's been 10 years with this sink and I've decided on getting one of those open sinks without like the divider, just because I feel like it will make washing dishes and fresh produce so much easier. But now I'm trying to just decide if I want to stick with a white sink or do a stainless steel one. Obviously, I'm a little hesitant on getting another white sink, so let me know down in the comments if you have or if you've had a stainless steel sink. Are they easy to keep clean? Do they stain? Because I'm definitely leaning more like on the stainless steel sink, but let me know what you think down in the comments.
I've been hungry for affection, baby. Best believe that you got my attention, baby. Now I see you're there in my reflection. You're a part of me, and it's in peace. Hide and seek till I found you. Oh, I found you. Oh, I found you. Yeah. Hide and seek till I found you. Oh, I found you.
And now the stainless steel appliances are wiped down, the countertops are wiped down, except for these because they are new and I constantly forget about them. But I feel like every night, every morning, about 5 times throughout the day, especially these days, I wipe my counter down so much. That's one thing I love, cleared off countertops and when they're wiped down. I just can't stand looking at them if there's like food or crumbs or spills and clutter on them. Like I just can't handle it. I feel like everyone has their thing that they feel like has to be clean. I'd love to know what yours is down in the comments. Mine's definitely the countertops and the sink too. Like I can't go to sleep with a bunch of gross food in my sink and wake up the next morning. It honestly reminds me of like a dirty toilet. I can't handle it, but let me know what yours is down in the comments. And now in the family room, it obviously needed a bit of a tidy, especially with all of the toys. Yes, my kiddo could do a much better job at tidying up, but this is real life with busy schedules and sports and school fatigue. But also this summer, Jaden's been wanting to go to work with Tyler and help him run his HVAC calls with him, which honestly, it's just been so cute seeing him in his little work uniform and sitting them off with a lunch together. It just honestly feels like yesterday that he was just playing with his toy toolbox, and now he's already getting a real toolbox and learning to fix things. So cute. But that's where they are right now while I'm filming this. So I figured, honestly, I would just save the argument later and just get it cleaned up, get the toys cleaned up and things right now. So let's get the throws folded, the pillows reset, the rug nice and vacuumed, and get the table back where it belongs.
I've been thinking about you all the time, but that's alright. I'm starting to get used to it, think I'll survive. I met you in the summer, when you left it was cold. Said we loved one another, guess that we were wrong. I met you in the summer, our love was out of control. I've been going crazy without you, I'm so alone. I met you in the and I couldn't really make you stay, so what to do? I'm just staring at my walls and talking to myself now and then. I'll try to laugh, but I'll cry a bit as well. I was never any good at being away from you.
And after spraying the Mrs. Meyer mint scented freshener, and if you are not using a freshener on your couch and linens, totally recommend, because after working so hard to clean and tidy up a space, it is so nice to be able to add that extra boost of freshness. But now I'm back mopping the floors. As I said earlier, they were just covered in dog hair and also crumbs too, because we've been doing a lot of snacking since the start of summer. Jaden's been really loving like snacking on grapes and yogurt, lots of yogurt, and also goldfish. I've been having like lots of different like nuts and like trail mix. And also since it's summer, I've been getting back into like smoothies again, especially this strawberry watermelon smoothie that I have been absolutely obsessed with. And I'll share some of my favorite like smoothie recipes soon. And then Tyler's been loving like jerky and banana chips, but let us know some of your favorite snacks down in the comments. Sometimes it's nice to change things up and get new ideas too.
When you left it was cold, said we loved one another, guess that we were wrong. I met you in the summer, our love was out of control. I've been going crazy without you, I'm so alone. I met you in the
And now finally, we are a bit later in the evening. We've had dinner already. I got my PJs on and now just sitting on the couch and folding 57 loads of laundry, because I'm a lot better at washing the laundry than I am about actually sitting down and getting it folded and put away. So when it comes to the laundry, like I'll just do all the cleaning I need to throughout the day. And then at night I can sit down and watch a show and just chat with Tyler while I get all the laundry folded. And that just makes it a bit more manageable for me anyway. But I am feeling so much better at this point. Maycember is almost over, which I talked about how with like all the sports and end of the year school activities, it can feel almost as crazy as December, but we're through that. And the kitchen and the family room is now completely reset and caught back up. The entire house is decluttered and organized, and it just makes me feel so good and excited for this summer. And Honestly, like I never want to buy a single thing again, but I truly hope that you got tons of motivation out of today's video to clean, to declutter, to organize your home, whatever is on your to-do list today. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, make sure your notifications are turned on so you don't miss out on any upcoming videos, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye, loves.